What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. As usual, if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. Thank you for the support. So, Ruud's final game, or rather, Ruud's final game, last game in charge. Of course, he was an interim manager as we sacked Eric Ten Hag. So, that period in between, before the transition, before we have a new manager, Mr. Ruud was there to, of course, see off the club's activities and matches. Yeah. So, in fact, like before we continue, it's Newski United across all socials on Twitter, Instagram, yeah, TikTok. It's Newski United. So, after this video, make sure you just go and check it out. So, Ruud's final game, last game in charge. We don't know if he'll stay in the club afterwards because Mr. Ruben Amorim is supposed to be coming with his coaching staff. But we hope, even the players, they want him to stay, and we as fans also, we hope that he'll stay because he's done some good work. 4 games, 3 games played, 2 wins and 1 draw. Fantastic. So even as we want to talk about this game versus Leicester, we hope that in the future we can have Mr. Ruud by our sides and to, of course, help in the decision making. Of course, attacking was because he was a striker, so we'd really need his help. So Leicester, it's more of like a rematch, but it's not fully a rematch because it's not completely a rematch because we played with them in the Carabao Cup, but the 11 we played against are nearly, if not all of them are not in the first team's 11 that we're going to expect tomorrow. Because if I look at the game they played versus Ipswich, if you are keen, you notice that those players weren't the players that were available when they played us in the cup tie. Because players like Mavididi, Vardy, Ndindi, Pereira, those are players, those are key names that were absent when we were playing against them in the Carabao Cup tie. Because if you just go and look at the squad they played versus Ipswich, where they grabbed a late winner with a goal late on, those players are the players we'll be expecting tomorrow. So the coach did, I think, a completely 100% transition because the Premier League is all that matters. So tomorrow we'll be expecting different players. That's why I'm saying it's not more of a rematch, given that we played with them in the Carabao Cup and we are also playing with them tomorrow. So tomorrow we are likely to expect a different experience, different players, and a different motive of the gameplay tomorrow. So it's going to be an interesting one once more. Ruud's final game. The final game before, of course, the international break is in a week's time. So we're looking forward to entering the international break in style. Even if the players go and play for their countries, they're happy. If they are coming back, they know they're coming back to a certain level to continue a certain project. Yes. So Leicester, just a quick look in their Premier League, of course, run. They're position 15 with 10 points. They've won 2 of their last 5 games. They've lost 1, and they've lost 2, sorry, and they have 1 draw. So if you can see that run, they're much better than us compared to us because we have 1 win and 2 draws, I think, 3 draws and 2 losses, something like that. No, 2 draws and 2 losses, something like that. But I know it's 1 win. So if you compare that one, it's like they're better than us. If you look at that performance, if you look at the previous 5 matches in the Premier League tally, they're better than us. That's a fact. So they're position 15 though, and we're position 13 right now, but I think there are games ongoing, so we'll be able to see our final position, of course, after the match day. So the last game was a draw with Ipswich, where they grabbed a late point by a goal from a substitute. In fact, it's the one that saved them. They salvaged a point later on. So tomorrow we're expecting a different lineup, a different starting 11, and it's not going to be the same game as the cup tie, where we were just firing goals east, west, north, south. So tomorrow it's going to be a different experience. We can't wait. We're excited. So I want to run through my potential 11. we're coming from a win in the Europa League, our first win in the 2024 Europa League campaign, also our first win in Europe in 380 days. So we are going to the game with a lot of confidence and with a lot of urge to put goals past Leicester tomorrow. So I want to quickly run to the potential 11, which is based on the performance of the Carabao Cup. So attacking wise is where my main concern is, my main focus is. I always focus on attacking very much. So I think Ahmad booked his place tomorrow. It will be criminal to leave Ahmad on the starting 11 again tomorrow. So I think Ahmad is going to start up front alongside Rashford and alongside Hoyland. I think that's what we're going to see tomorrow, and it should be that because given at the performances of our players right now, it's based on who are performing better. And I think Ahmad is better than Garnacho, Rashford is better than Garnacho. I think Anthony also will get some minutes tomorrow, but I'm not guaranteeing him to start tomorrow. So yeah, and also Hoyland exactly will come on later. So in the midfield section, I'm going for Casemiro, Ugarte, and Bruno. Casemiro has been outstanding this season. If you leave alone that Liverpool game, I think he has been great. So I think moving on forward, in fact, he has 3 goals this season. That's wonderful. Moving on forward, I think it's going to be impressive to watch him. So definitely it's going to start tomorrow, yeah. And of course, defense section. Dalot and Mazraoui are going to start as the right backs and left backs. That one is sorted. Delete and Martinez. Of course, Delete didn't play a single minute in the Europa League. We saved him for tomorrow, so I think he's going to start. He's ready. He's rested the whole week. Martinez came on later, but of course, he also rested, so I think he's also going to start tomorrow. So we're going to see Dalot, we're going to see Delete, and we're going to see Mazraoui and Martinez, and of course in goal is Onana. So I think with this 11, we are going to see good results, hopefully. Ahmad's confidence is up. Bruno also bagging assists, his confidence is up. Marcus Rashford, I think he has to score a goal tomorrow so that he can also go into the international break, despite not being called upon. His recent performance has not been that good, so he has not been getting calls in the national team, but I think give him time, he'll come back. That's why we are going to give him these chances in the games so that he can play and, of course, try and make a point and try and book his position in the national team. So Garnacho, I think tomorrow is going to start on the bench. He'll come on later to try and make a change. Mason Mount also coming on after from an injury. We saw him, also, of course, also in the game versus PAOK or PAOK rather. He came on, so I think tomorrow also he might get some minutes. Yeah. So this is Ruud's final game. I think he has managed the team so well. There's love in the team, there's unity, everything is going on well. The players love him. So I think this will be the best way to, of course, thank him with a win and a good performance. Not only a win matching the match's performance. I think we need to do him good tomorrow. Yeah. Also, Ruben Amorim's final game will be tomorrow versus Braga away, though. The final home game was versus Man City, where they put 4 as Man City. So tomorrow his final game will be versus Braga, and then he'll be in Old Trafford in Manchester on the 11th, on Monday. So we are looking forward to that also. We saw a couple of players also Luke Shaw. He was in individual training, but now he's training with the group. Also, Lenny Yoro, in fact, he stated that whenever he comes to Old Trafford, he's eager to, of course, get in the field and fight for the club. That energy is what we need right now with our players. So they are both back. I think I'm not so sure if tomorrow they will start or they will get some minutes rather, but they're back in training. They're good. Everything is going on well as expected. Even as we come after the international break, we want to start on a project with a new manager, new goals. Yeah, because we're coming back to the top, and that's what we're going to do this season. So match prediction tomorrow, I think I'm going for a comfortable, not comfortable because the likes of Vardy, I'm going for a 3-1 win tomorrow or 3-0 if Onana can keep a clean sheet. If Onana and his defenders can keep a clean sheet. So hopefully all goes well. I will be there. We'll watch the game, and hopefully all goes well. So see you in the next video. If you are new, subscribe. If you're returning and haven't subscribed, subscribe, because this is just where you need to be. Yes. So hopefully all goes well. Mr. Ruud, thank you for everything. We are looking forward to rewarding you with a marvelous performance tomorrow, plus a win. We out.